What's up, YouTube? My Cowboys family back again, bringing you guys the latest update on the Dallas Cowboys and all of the news. So give us just a minute, guys, while we finish getting set up, and we'll get right to it. So let me check it here.
Hope everyone's doing well out there, especially in Houston.
What's up, YouTube?
So we got it.
Okay. We're good here. All right, guys, give us just one more minute. All right, so make sure to say hi in the chat if you guys are just joining us now. How you doing today, guys? We will get started in just a minute. We'll go ahead and wait until a few more of you guys are here. So, Tobias, how are you doing today? Hope everything is well. Let's see.
Yep. Just give me one
Yeah, I
second
think
here.
we're almost ready to go, guys.
I think we're good. Let me see here.
So, Teresa, how you doing today? Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Teresa?
New Mexico.
Hey, what's up? All right, we're from all over.
So we have Argentina and New Mexico.
And Florida, which is us.
Yes. So like we said, guys, we're just going to wait another minute or two before we get started. But other than that, I mean, we can go ahead and get started with some relatively new news. Houston game. So we mentioned in our last stream that it would be possibly moved to at&t Stadium because of Hurricane Harvey. So it is moved. It will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Dallas Cowboys at&t Stadium. And Houston is actually practicing at the Star because obviously their facilities, they weren't able to get access to them again because of the hurricanes. So that's unfortunate. You know, and again, our hearts and our thoughts are with all the people affected in Houston with this.
Yep. And anybody who's able to, you know, you can donate money towards that. It'd be great. I think when my daughter's back home, which will be in 2 days or so a day, I'm gonna have her actually donate. She has a little bit of savings that's just especially for donations and things that she wants to help causes. So I think we'll discuss it, and even she's gonna donate towards this. So donate, or if you're close by, go there and help. Obviously it's awesome if you guys can help out in any way. We kind of live kind of far, but we're gonna donate a little bit, and hopefully you guys will too. It's more important than than the other options that are out there. When people sending good wishes, of course, is nice, but we want to see action out there, not just words. So guys, again, we appreciate you all being here with us, and everybody in Houston, stay safe, and help is just around the corner, guys.
So speaking of donations and help, our favorite #1 running back, Ezekiel Elliott, donated $21,000 to a relief fund for Hurricane Harvey, obviously. So kudos to him. Obviously, we're hoping other people pitch in and help, but it's nice to see, the Cowboys taking care of their own.
Yeah, and J.J. Watt has been having a charity, and he's been doing, I think that he raised like $750,000 already. It was supposed to only be for like $200,000, and he's already up to there. So he gave $100,000 of his own money to this too. So Zeke did it, $21,000, because his number 21. Usually that's what he usually contributes a lot of the time. So that's good to see all the players and NFL and just people, all of us, just contributing and helping out in whatever way possible. So that's good.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and move on with some more Cowboy related news now, guys. Thank you every single one of you guys for joining us tonight.
What's up, everyone? Make sure you guys hit like, or if you haven't subscribed, like I don't know if Teresa you are or not, but hit subscribe, hit like on the video streams. We do it every day. Try to any breaking stuff that comes out throughout the day, we'll do one of these breaking news streams. Try to get the information out there for you guys. We just enjoy we're just Cowboy addicts. So guys, as soon as we hear anything, we try to pass it around to you guys, especially in a wrap up at night like this. So we're going to start kicking it off, I guess, with some more news. We're going to start off with Hitchens, guys. Anthony Hitchens, our linebacker. If you watched our reaction game that we against the Raiders on Saturday evening, we were really down for about half of that video because of the Hitchens injury. We all thought it was going to be a torn MCL or ACL or both. It ended up being, as of right now, just it's basically some kind of patella tibula fracture.
plate.
Yeah, plate. It's basically the same thing that Des Bryant had last year. Kept him out for about 8 games, and he wasn't really always back at his strongest last year. But I will say that, being a receiver, you're using those bones a lot more. Hey, what's up, DJ Crown J? What's up?
Thank you so much for that. Thank you for joining us out here. And Tobias, it would be really great to see Jerry Jones donate, especially to something that's so close to home. I mean, it easily could have been Dallas instead of Houston.
No, if it got in farther, yeah, for sure. But yeah, Houston's right there, like New Orleans, there on the coast or close to it, and they're gonna get a lot of flooding, and that's where they're having a lot of trouble right now. But back to the more things are more important. Things are more important than the football. So we understand that, but do want to still stay on track with Cowboy news and Hitchens right now. So anyways, guys, they did the MRI today. There's no tears. They wanted to make sure because every test that he did at the stadium after the injury and took him to the locker room, every test it pointed towards it was a torn ACL. That's what was almost guaranteed by the training staff, medical staff. When they did the MRI today, or I'm sorry, on Sunday, it was not the MRI, but they checked them out and they did more testing. They found out it was not. They did MRI. I think today they did an MRI. Was it yesterday? Okay, they did it today. And, I mean, let me see. Yeah. They showed no damage, guys. I'm just double checking. Yeah. No damage, but he's still going to have knee surgery tomorrow.
Yeah, so there you just want to be extra sure. Again, just because the type of injury and the way it happened, I guess ACL damage is still very, very likely. So even though the other tests didn't show any damage, they just want to be 100% sure. So they are going to do some kind of a scope surgery or some kind of exploratory surgery to find out a little bit more about how in depth they need to go as far as, did he get any ACL damage? So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing. They're just double checking the ACL thing because of the first night's presumption that was going to be a tear, and they found nothing. So they're just going to go in and scope it. It's not going to really debilitate him at all. He's actually already rehabbing, guys. That's a good sign. He's trying to get back in 8 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks. So we're looking at probably after the bye at the earliest. And, into the middle of the season, he'll be back at the latest, barring any setbacks, barring any other issues. But for the most part, guys, it's a good sign. It looks like, he'll be back in time and do some I hope he's back after the bye. That's what we're all hoping for, too. And, again, he's rehabbing. He's a tough worker. He's out there doing his thing all, throughout his career. He's been a studier. He understands the game. He understands what his position is and as a linebacker and leading the team. So that's going to be a good sign. I think it's a good sign so far. And let's just hope tomorrow that the knee scope comes back with zero damage to any of his ligaments, ACL particularly. That's the one they think of. The anterior cruciate ligament is the one they think they're most feared to have an issue with. It's Sean Lee. He's too valuable to play. In case you guys didn't know, Sean Lee's too valuable to play the middle linebacker spot because that's where he got injured his first couple seasons with the Cowboys, and that's a lot of
a lot of concussions.
A lot of hits in that area, and again, concussions, a knee. Yeah. I mean, his issues have been plenty in that area, and again, that's a lot of hitting goes on, a lot of twisting goes on. That's what happened. Basically, the Hitchens. I mean, we're lucky he didn't get the tear yet. Hopefully, it won't be that, but. That's why someone like Sean Lee is still going to stay where he's at. I think it's weak side. Yeah. So he avoids the contact and is more free to roam. Well, that's what we want from him. So right now, guys, again, this is today's practice. Jalen Smith was playing the middle linebacker with Damian Wilson on the left and or on one side and Strongly on the other side.
Yeah, and it looks like him and Durant are the two guys who are going to be kind of filling in that role in the meantime. Obviously, you expect Durant to take a bigger part of that, but Jalen Smith will also be involved in some way, and we saw him getting involved as well from now.
Yeah, so. I mean, as far as Darrell Washington, Tobias, yeah, I agree. We're not going to sign him. I don't see that happening. As far as Dallas Cowboys for life, what's up? Yeah. As far as Ahmad Brooks, that's definitely a possibility. I think we're going to wait till the 53 cut happens, which is Saturday, September 10th, September 2nd. So when we see what happens there, I think the Cowboys are going to look for a lot of things and maybe make a pickup or two, maybe on offensive line, maybe at linebacker for some kind of veteran help. And Arika's positions. Again, I think cornerback is also another spot we should look at if our rookies can't really come back. And we're going to talk about them very, very shortly. Hello, New York Giants for life.
How you doing?
What's up?
Yes, I hope he traded for Reggie Ragland, but he went to Kansas City today.
And again, speaking of Kansas City, with the injury to Ware, I mean, there's a lot of people were saying, even though Kareem Hunt's going to take over, he's a rookie, they are saying that, they're looking at Alfred Morris, guys. You never know, something like that. Also, there's been rumblings that maybe Cooper Rush will be traded for linebacker help, cornerback help, or another position.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't jump the gun yet on that, but it is something we have to think about, in the near future. We never know.
Yeah, so, and we'll possibly discuss that maybe a little later on this week when we have a little bit more information on that.
Right, yep.
But definitely kind of keep in mind that, guys, we might be able to fill a little bit of our, weaker spots with, some trades, and we have to look at what are the players that we have that we can possibly trade, or what positions do we have enough depth.
Yeah, and the cuts as well, guys. Yeah. Obviously, Saturday, a lot of cuts, a lot of movement. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of new guys available, a lot of offensive depth that when I say offensive depth, I'm actually maybe rephrase that. Offensive line depth that will be, coming out there, and we might need that with our offensive line right now with the injury to Chaz Green. We'll roll over to him now. His ankle injury, it's going to keep him out of practice this week. He's not going to practice, guys, and which means he's probably not going to play at all this weekend, or not this weekend, but Thursday. So he's not going to be in there, which means pretty much de facto, I guess, by default. Yeah. What's his name? Jonathan Cooper, number 64, is going to win that left guard spot, which I think he's the most reliable guy. He might not be the best player. He might not be overall better than Chaz Green, but if Green is never out there, we can't rely on him.
He's the most consistent, at least.
Right, and he's still, with the help from left and right of him, which is Travis Frederick and Tyron Smith, he's in good hands when it comes to, if he messes up, they can still pick up the slacks at times and, definitely protect. Yeah, definitely help protect him and, of course, Dak Prescott, and the running game, whoever's back there that first week. But yeah, Chaz Green, no practice this week. Jason Garrett said that he's optimistic it's not going to be that long, but probably the whole week.
We forgot one last thing about Durant. Good news is he has actually already started rehabbing. I don't know if you mentioned that. Yeah.
Oh, Hitchens.
Or Hitchens. Yeah. Oh my goodness, sorry, Hitchens. Hitchens has already started rehabbing on his knee. Yeah, you did? Yeah. Okay.
I just wanted to re-say it again for the fun of it. Okay. In case for the people that missed it, yes, he is still he's rehabbing his knee. It started already, even though the scope is tomorrow, and he'll continue with that leading up to the 8th week or 10th week of his injury, which would mean like basically anywhere between week 6, which would be like the bye week, with week 7 to week 8, you will see him back. You should see him back around then. It's going to be a major boost, a major help for our defense. And again, at this point in time, we're hearing that that's when Damian Wilson might be suspended. So that actually it would work out if Damian Wilson got suspended, number 57, towards like the middle of the season where we get Hitchens fully back and rolling in there. Well, at least it could help us not having to worry about, what do we do in that situation? If we lose both these guys, like we already lost Hitchens, what happens if we lose Damian Wilson, the other starter? Yeah. We only have Sean Lee in the middle, so we're going to have to bring in Jalen Smith full-time. We're going to have to bring in Durant full-time, which is fine with Durant, but Jalen Smith maybe is rushing him back too early. We don't want that, guys.
Yeah, and as far as Wilson goes, the NFL so far is waiting until a legal decision has at least been made or been reached. So it is going to a grand jury in sometime in October, but the league could possibly decide to enact some kind of action before that. As of now, they haven't, and as of now, it sounds like they are waiting to see what happens legally. Obviously, we'll have to see. So, hi, Steve. Hi, Shallow Hal. How you guys doing today?
Yeah, I see Stafford got an extension. That's good for him. He's definitely a good fantasy guy as far as passing a lot. Steve, let's see. You hope they keep Cooper Rush, number 2, cut more. Don't expect Cooper Rush to be cut. I'm sorry, not Cooper Rush. Don't expect Kellen Moore to be cut, guys. The coaching staff still likes him. They're probably going to keep him one more year, is what I'm guessing. It'll be a nice surprise if he got cut, I do think, though. But speaking of him and Cooper Rush for this weekend's game, this Thursday's game against Houston, which was moved to Dallas. And, in case you missed the beginning, it was officially moved by the NFL to be played in at&t Stadium in Dallas's home stadium. So, and they're actually practicing out there right now. This week they're going to practice. The Houston Texans are going to practice in Dallas's facility, the Star. So it's all good that they come together and help each other out like that. I'm happy that they're able to provide something for to help that team, which they're probably suffering a lot too, being away from their families in Houston and wondering what's going on with their homes and such. But Cooper Rush and Kellen Moore, it's going to be a big battle this weekend. That's what you want to watch for this upcoming game, not the weekend, but for the Thursday night game against Houston. And really, those guys are really the primary guys going to be playing this week. It's really they have announced. I mean, Stephen Jones, Garrett. Nobody has solidified the number 2 spot, which is a good sign for Cooper Rush in the sense that he's already made the 53, guys. It's basically been announced. Unless barring any kind of injury or setback, he's on the 53.
He's on the team. So
right, this depends on now who's number 2 and who's number 3. And again, number 3 could be in danger of getting cut if it's not Cooper Rush. So we will see if Kellen Moore if he looks bad again against Houston, especially against the third and fourth stringers. Yeah, then you might see him cut, and you might not see anybody pick him up, and maybe we'll pick him up on waivers. I don't think he'll make it through afterwards on our practice squad, but it might be worth risking cutting his butt. I think they should cut him, but the coaching staff still likes him for whatever the reason. So look for that this Thursday's game, guys.
Yeah. So other than that, guys, let's see. It looks like Jonathan Cooper, personally speaking, I think that he is going to be the starting left guard week one. Definitely. So, I mean, that's pretty much secured. Other than that, guys, we have a few guys who did miss practice today. I do want to kind of go over that very quickly. So Zeke, of course, is out today and tomorrow because of his appeal. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit.
Space Cowboys, we're going to talk about it in a minute.
Yeah, so Chaz Green, of course, Keith Smith, Rico Gathers, who might possibly be put on IR. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Hannah, Paya, Hitchens, Crawford, Duke Thomas with that high ankle sprain and MCL.
He's looks like he's going to be out for a while, guys. Mr. Duke Thomas, number 26. Unfortunately, he had a good training camp. He's a cornerback. Now we lose depth there. It looks like Marquez White's going to have to fill in that spot, and he might make the team now because of that injury to Duke Thomas. So.
Exactly. So, and let's see, Jordan Lewis and Leon McFadden. Although Jordan Lewis was catching a few punts in practice, but other than that, he really wasn't participating out on the field. So in regards to that, of course, guys, so let's start with Rico Gathers. So it looks like he might possibly go on IR this season, which is extremely, extremely disappointing. We haven't really heard any updates on his injury other than he has a concussion and he's following the protocol, which is very, very scary.
Yeah, the fact that it's taken this long, it's definitely, and the fact that they haven't put him out there, it's concerning. And the fact that they're talking IR, injury reserve, that means he's out for the year, guys. It's not a good sign.
Exactly.
And Dallas Cowboys for life, what's up?
How you doing today,
Sarah Green.
How you guys doing today?
How's everyone doing out there? Hey.
Yeah.
And again, with the Rico situation, it's kind of downing for us. We kind of don't like that.
And especially because, again, we both kind of said we definitely did not start off Team Rico, but he was playing very, very well. We were really excited. Looked like he was making the 53. He definitely was. And now a dumb play against Kevon Frazier.
Yeah, I mean, just not even dumb. It's just you can't help it. It's just something that it's unfortunate that a very innocent-looking collision. It turned out to be such a serious situation for Rico Gathers. He's not going to play this Thursday, guys. So forget about that. Unfortunately,
I mean, he might not play it all this season. Possibly.
Yeah, we don't even know yet. So it's going to take it slow on that. Shallow Hal, what's up? Space Cowboy 17. We're really happy you're on this channel with us. Definitely, we're going to talk about Zeke and all that at the end of this because that's more for tomorrow, and it's definitely going to build up to something big, guys.
Exactly. So Cowboys abroad, how are you doing today?
What's up, man? All the way from across the other side of the globe.
Now,
that's a good question, guys. We're going to jump to the guys that did play. Let's talk about some good news. Yes. Ryan Switzer was out there. He's got the best chance out of the guys that were injured last week and out of all the rookies to play this game against Houston. He was taking punts today. He was playing with the first team as a receiver on the 11-on-11s, which is a very big sign that he's going to play a lot this week. And with Cooper Rush leading as the quarterback there, probably see Cooper Rush and Switzer on the field at the same time, with like Morris back there, but they were working out Rod Smith a lot today with the first team. So it's mainly getting him ready for this upcoming Thursday night game. It's going to be basically all the backups. You're going to have Cooper Rush. You're going to have Ryan Switzer on offense. I'm talking about offense right now. You have Cooper Rush, Ryan Switzer. You're going to have Swain out there.
Yeah, and remember, Ryan Switzer will be making his NFL debut since I don't think he was able to play that first game. He got injured shortly before that first game. So, I don't want to see him play too long, obviously, because of injury reasons. He might get more play time just because, I don't know. I hope they don't play him too much. But either way, I am excited to finally see him return a punt. So.
Well, and again, not only returning punts, but also being integral part of the offense. Yeah. Now, I don't foresee him. I see him playing like the Beasley slot. So you're going to see a lot of two receiver sets starting off and a lot of double tight ends. You're going to see Swaim in there and maybe another one of our non-tight ends are going to make this team. No, 86. I don't know. There's a couple other guys out there that.
Well, was Hannah not playing because it was like a veteran day, or was he not playing? Because
I think it was just soreness. I think nothing really came out about Hannah yet. Hannah had a couple nice catches, I will say, or nice plays last game. He's definitely going to make the team. So is Swaim.
Swaim and Hannah are going to play this Thursday.
Well, I mean, no, I don't think Hannah's playing. I think Swain will play most of it, and they have a couple of the guys that camp bodies that are tight ends that are going to play. But you won't see Hannah out there because of a little tweak. And again, especially now, guys, without Rico, maybe not even playing this season, you're going to have to – obviously going to keep all three guys. Obviously Witten and Hannah and Swaim. And again, not a downgrade, guys. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see any new explosiveness from Rico if he goes on the IR. We're hopeful that it won't happen, but everything is turning towards that path. And again, we have 1 or 2 spots for that DTR, that designated to return spot on the IR as well. And that would be going right now to Hitchens, one of those spots. And we don't know if Duke Thomas is good enough to make that spot. Will he be able to make it? Will it be used for a Rico Gathers situation where if his concussion can clear up, whatever the issue is, and I wish they gave more information, but we have nothing on that, which is scary. You're talking about the brain, guys, and who knows? I mean, we hope it's just at worst, I guess, this season. I don't know what to say. I mean, we don't know what the severity of this is.
But as soon as we know anything, we'll definitely let you guys know. Yeah. So Dallas Cowboys for life. How long do y'all think Rush will play? And Cowboys abroad, what's up with Xavier Woods? So Rush, I think, is going to play at least the first half, right? For
sure. I agree 100% with you. First half, he'll be in there at least, maybe even a little bit into the third, depending on what they want to see. And Moore will finish it up, I think. At the earliest for him will be second half, starting second half.
Do you think Luke McCown will take any?
They said that you might see a little bit of him, maybe a 2-minute warning kind of deal at the end of the fourth quarter. But again, guys, just not enough from him to be seen yet to justify him making the team. Yeah. But we shall see. He can't be practice squad, guys. He's been in the league too long, and all that's been used up, his eligibility for that. Xavier Woods, Cowboys abroad,
guy who came back from injury and was at practice today, which is some good news.
Yeah, he was in full. He's in full pads, and he was out there with the defense. I don't think he was starting. Chidobe Awuzie was out there, and he was actually starting on the dime package, which means Xavier Woods wasn't out there in the starting dime packages. But he's a safety guy, so we keep that in mind. You had Jones, you have Heath out there currently right now, and with Frazier and Xavier Woods out. For this game on Thursday, I do think you're going to see basically Blanton, Kevon Frazier, and Xavier Woods out there fighting it out for the last 2. You're going to have 4 safeties out there. Kevon Frazier's probably in, so you really and so is Xavier Woods. Blanton's going to be trying to make a name for himself, to push himself, to make himself, I guess, a name that could be considered to be kept on the team if there's any other openings available. And the cornerbacks, Awuzie, you're going to bet your buddy's going to be out there playing this weekend, especially we're going to have to rest like Skandrick probably. He's not going to be out there. So, that's kind of how the cornerback situation is looking.
Yeah, so, and Rodimus, how you doing today? Dallas Cowboys for life. Anything on Durant? So we did touch on Durant a little earlier. We'll go through it very quickly again, and we'll touch back on that towards the end of the video again. He does not have any ACL damage. The MRI came back that there's no damage, but they are doing some kind of a surgery, a knee scope, just to kind of extra confirm, because the way that he was injured, typically does mean that he has that kind of damage. So they just want to be extra sure and make sure he'll be all right. Yeah. I mean, listen, guys, Durant's going to be a big player for us. He's going to come in and really cover Hitchens' spot. Obviously, he's not as talented as Hitchens when it comes to knowing the defense, even though he's been there long enough at least he has a head start knowing our schemes and our defense and Marinelli. But, it's still a downgrade. But at least and again, if you remember, we had our video. We did it on our vacation in the Dominican Republic in Punta Cana. We were out there, and we heard about Durant. We have to make a quick go-live video or whatever, so we can post this thing, because it is an important pickup, I think. And he was initially going to be an insurance for Jalen Smith and his knee situation. Jalen Smith's progressed a lot farther than we thought he would, and I think the Cowboys coaching staff thought. And because of that, it's actually made Durant more like a general depth situation. Now we got to cash in that insurance, so to speak. And we have to place him in there now, not for Jalen Smith, but for Anthony Hitchens, which then now means you're going to have Sean Lee at one side. You're going to have Durant playing the middle linebacker, starting the middle linebacker, and I'm almost going to guarantee that. And you're going to see Damian Wilson playing the other side, the other linebacking spot, with Jalen Smith as the next guy up, with Kyle Wilbur being behind him. And maybe Mark Nasacha, although I think he had a horrible game, guys. I said it yesterday, and I'm going to say it again. He missed so many tackles. It's embarrassing. He's getting worse and worse on this list of a bubble player that's going to actually make the team. The only thing he's providing is special teams, and if he can't tackle, then he's providing nothing, guys. So that's the deal on Durant. I think it's a good sign with him. He's purposely being held out a lot of the times, not now, but in the first 3 weeks of the training camp, because he's an older player and he knows the system well. So no worries about him. Robert Blanton making the roster. He did look a little competitive. Is it going to be enough? Are there enough spots for him? Is he going to get Kevon Frazier or Xavier Woods out of a spot? No. So that's the thing on Blanton. He is a veteran, which helps, but do you have enough spots on the roster for him? Now, when you take in consideration, we discussed this a lot, all the IR players, all the suspended players, it's going to open up. Now, we were saying 5 or 6 is going to open up like 8 or 9 spots on our team, maybe 10 spots. We're going to be able to squeeze in a bunch of these guys like Nasacha, like
just like a lot of these guys we're talking about. Now as far as Showers, I don't think he's going to make the team, but he might make the practice squad, guys. No joke. As our safety / quarterback. Keep that in mind. He knows our system, and he's still eligible for a practice squad. So he'll be cut, but I think he'll be picked up on the practice squad, along with like Dan Skipper and a couple other guys that like maybe Andy Jones, those guys. I think Noah Brown on the team, guys. He's going to keep the 6th receiver. He's too valuable. We're using him in too many first-string packages to just let him go as a rookie. Keep that in mind, guys. Number 85 is a rookie. So, I'm kind of rotating around, jumping around from different topics, but I just want to, throw you guys that information. It's factual information that's out there, guys, that, these guys, this is the situation, and we've seen it with our own 2 eyes, 4 eyes, 8 eyes, and all your eyes. You guys seen it. Yeah, we've all seen what 85 can do out there, and he's earned a spot with the team as well.
I agree. So, and then we have, let's see, question, who scares you the most, Jeff Heath coverage or Scout Linehan? Cute play calling. Cowboys abroad. Any hope for Robert Blanton making the roster? Showed a little competitive flash. Let's see. No, David Pence, how you doing today?
What's up? How you doing?
So Steve Scoggins, I like Jeff Heath. I prefer Heath as a linebacker in the dime. What do y'all think about Paya? He kind of looks undersized to me.
Good everybody, great freaking questions, guys. I love it. Yeah, I'm going to try to hit them all here. Let's see here. What's up, Stronger King? What's up, all you guys? David Pence, everybody. By the way, guys, please hit the like button. It boosts our visibility out there. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, but most of you guys already have. We appreciate every single one of you guys. And hit the notification bell button if you like. We got the Fantasy League, ready, rolling. So check that out if you're in it. And we have a Patreon account. You guys are more than welcome to donate. We're trying to upgrade everything slowly but surely and give you guys the best information out there and with the best quality. So thank you. Our channel is growing with leaps and bounds. I mean, we couldn't believe we went over the 10,000 view mark in less than 2 months and over the 200 subscriber mark in less than 2 months. So, guys, all of you guys, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, hanging out with us. Yeah. So
now let me answer the questions before we lose them here. And Space Cowboy, what's up? I already talked about Ahmad Brooks. I do think that after the 53, the Cowboys will be looking for someone like an Ahmad Brooks or another guy they think that could be working well in our linebacking core. And even for a short-term time.
It's still way too early to tell to see who the Cowboys exactly are looking at. We'll definitely know more once we see who exactly is going to be cut and waived and all that stuff.
Now, Steve Scoggins says, I like Jeff Heath. I know there's another question earlier. If you can scroll up, I like to look at it. But there's a Jeff Heath. Who scares me? Well, okay, I know what it was. Jeff Heath or
cute play calling.
I don't like Lenahan's play calling, but I think there's more people that say, shut the hell up and run the damn ball rather than the cutesy crap. I'm fearful of that, but not as fearful. And some of his trick plays do work. I mean, recall Des Bryant throwing the pass to Witten. Yeah. All the little trick plays. Don't do it on his 3rd and 1. Yeah, you run the damn ball. That's it.
A lot of those trick plays that work because it was a combination of it was executed well and then timing. You know, you can't use a trick play on a kind of either very. It has to be used right. That's it.
So and now back to Jeff Heath. Jeff Heath scares me more. I don't like Jeff Heath. What's up, Sixers JT? I do not like Jeff. Jeff Heath scares me a lot more, guys. I'm just giving you this fact. We've been saying this. We've both been saying this. We don't like Jeff Heath since years ago. But it's been on film the last 2 months of repeating the same thing about Jeff Heath. Guys, he needs to show us more. Cowboys abroad, I agree 100%. I like Byron Jones. I think he might be a Pro Bowler this year if the defense can be 14th, 15th ranked or higher. Paya, I love him. I'm telling you guys, he's undersized, he is, but he's got a speed burst.
He's disruptive.
Very much
so. He might not always get in there, but he always somehow manages to disrupt the play and force the quarterback out of the pocket to move around. I mean, just guys, watch him again, even if you think he's undersized. He really causes a lot of havoc.
Yeah, the play that Jalen Smith made against, I said this yesterday, the one he made in the screen pass from the Raiders.
That was Paya.
Jalen Smith made the tackle, but Paya disrupted the entire play. Guys, watch that again. He disrupts the pocket, even though he doesn't get in every time. He was double-teamed, guys. They know his quickness is unmatched as far as that front line is concerned. I think he's the quickest guy on the front defensive line. And he gives people like Travis Frederick, Zach Martin on our offense when he's playing against us, he gives them trouble in practice and training camp and on a consistent basis. Not every single play, but consistently. So, guys, Paya is a guy to watch. I think he's going to be fine back in our front line. One of our bright spots on our front line, initial, immediate bright spots that we're going to need. Jones made he made a bad play on that long touchdown to Cooper. But I will say that, for the most part, he was there. Jeff Heath, on the other hand, blew a lot more coverage. He missed some tackles. I just don't trust Jeff Heath, guys. Now, let's see here. Space Cowboy Tobias is saying that Ahmad Brooks is going to Green Bay. If it's not Ahmad Brooks, it might be somebody else that's cut on Saturday. So we shall see. How about them Cowboys? Breaking news, Smart Staff. Yeah, we heard about that. Thank you about them Cowboys. What's up? We did hear about that as well. We mentioned that a little earlier. Law Nation, LN.
Law Nation, thanks for joining us. So
much respect.
Yeah, so Matt Stafford, obviously, I mean, you know, good for him.
Yeah.
He can buy a lot of houses now.
Yeah, Law Nation, is that for the fantasy? I don't know if that's the link. You're asking for the link. But, hey, by the way, Law Nation, and this also goes out to Mark Holmes and Shango. I think we should one day try to get, you know, again, I know it's happened before, but I would love to do like a Google Hangout or one of these things where we can broadcast and kind of do a collabo together. I think we got a lot of big minds. I know there's Cowboys, some kind of another guy out there too. He does a lot of these videos. I think that we need to all just come together, do like maybe a pre-game for the Giants thing, at least before then, sometime before then. But before then, to get something together with all us Cowboy fans discussing Cowboy stuff and just sharing them, you know, sharing all our ideas and stuff and our impressions. Thank you guys. Yeah. Yes, Amy can fly. Thank you for that. Yes, that's gonna be awesome. If anybody can contribute, we appreciate it, guys. We're trying to upgrade our cameras and our whole entire system on a daily basis. So thank you for all you guys that can help. Let's see here. Law Nation. Yep, we saw that. David Pence. Who did the Giants get suspended? Yeah, we were going to talk about that. Yeah. Defensive lineman. His name is Owa Odugunduga.
So Owa Odigizua. So, and again, forgive us if we're saying it wrong, but he did get a 4-game suspension for performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, he's the defensive lineman. You know, part of their defense. You know, still wait to be seen. As far as Cowboys abroad is saying, good question. Marquez White or Robert Blanton? Right now, I think we have more of a need for Marquez White because of the youth back there and the lack of depth. If you take Carroll out from the suspension, which might be coming soon, you know, I don't know. I mean, we have still Kevon Frazier, Xavier Woods backing up, you know, the other two guys. So it's going to be definitely going to be playing hard to get those last roster spots. And remember, guys, we're going to have 9 to 10 open spots from injuries, suspensions, et cetera, et cetera. You can bet that you know we're gonna have an extra 8 or 9 guys to play with here. So Marquez White and Blanton might both make the team, and you know initially until we get some of these guys back, then we gotta make some real decisions. Yeah. We shall see. And again, someone like Alfred Morris, even though we need him right now, when time's coming sooner for Zeke to come back, you might see a trade company, you know, occurring for a team that like the Kansas City Chiefs that maybe want a little more veteran backfield leadership back there when they have, you know, Kadeem, I think his name is Hunt, the rookie, he's gonna be starting. So Kareem Hunt, yeah, Kareem Hunt. So I mean, guys, yeah, collabos for sure. I would love to do that. Space Cowboy as well.
So yeah, unfortunately, guys, our fantasy football league is full, but we will be posting, probably live streaming our draft that day. And of course, keeping you guys updated on how the teams do. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun. So even though you weren't able to join, please do follow along. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be you guys too. So you guys get to, you know.
And we're going to, I'm sorry, I don't mean to take it away, but we're also going to, you know, I don't know if we're going to live stream, but we're going to probably put a little video together, and we're definitely going to, we're trying to do Google Hangouts, but it's going to probably take up too much of our stream for that. So we're just going to we're going to do something on that day, definitely. But that's also cut down day, guys. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to probably make a video regarding the draft for the people that are in the fantasy league. But we're going to have another video, which are our daily Cowboy information, a separate video, so that, you know, you can just go to that if you want. And it's going to be more based on the cuts and the moves that are either we've made, you know, with cuts, other teams have made on cuts, and maybe guys that we're going to look forward to maybe hopefully pick up that could be maybe used in our system from the other teams out there that made their cuts on Saturday, September 2nd. Yes. Let's see here. Let's go back to some of our notes. I'm going to hit your questions up in a minute.
Yes. So as far as Dak, one good thing, and we got to see a lot of it, obviously, against this game in the Raiders, he is extremely accurate. He did get some praise from the great Jason Witten this week in practice, just saying that, you know, he's just accurate and he really gets the ball exactly where it needs to go. So great things to hear from our quarterback, of course, and from, you know, one of our great veteran tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Dak, guys, and you guys see what he did, 4 possessions, he's basically scored every time except for McFadden's fumble and a couple. Yeah, I mean, he's looking so good, so accurate, stronger, leaner, faster. You know, just more. I don't want to say intelligent because he's been intelligent from the beginning, but he just seems more able to read the defense. This year, people talk about being able to read him. Guys, he's able to read them better. So have that confidence. I think he's a very mature quarterback for his age, and is maturing every day. He wants to be the leader. He loves the limelight, the spotlight of being a quarterback for America's team. And, you know, I think that in itself is going to take him to great places. And I don't think any sophomore slump is coming his way. I really believe that. So, as far as Dak, that's great news, guys. We talked about the quarterback battle with, speaking of quarterbacks, Cooper Rush and Kellen Moore. It's going to happen this Thursday night at 8 o'clock, guys. Remember that. It's been moved to Dallas, the game. It's not going to be on TV, so we're going to try to find a stream, discuss it with you, doing it live, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, back as you go. So check your time zone for that. But we're definitely going to do something for that night. And it's going to be a Cooper Rush, Kellen Moore battle, along with Switzer out there. He's going to be out there, along with Awuzie, who's going to be out there. Guys, he started today. He was a starter in a dime package. Fantastic news that Awuzie is back, pretty much full strength. Xavier Woods is going to be out there as well. Look for him to be out there playing safety. I'm trying to think who. Marquez White, of course, will be out there trying to fight for a spot with Robert Blanton and the other guys you guys mentioned. As far as linebacker, I think Jalen Smith is going to play some. I'm not really sure. I don't know who else you can not. I mean, you have no other guys out there at linebacker after Nasacha. He'll be out there for sure, trying to just win a spot if possible. I'm not sure. He missed too many tackles already, in my opinion.
And honestly, I don't want to see him out there anymore. Yeah. I'm tired of seeing him.
And when you think about other guys on the defensive front, think about Lewis Neal, number 66. He's going to be pushing for a spot on the 53. I see him more as being a practice squatter, but I think he has the most possible usage. He played a great game against the Raiders. And then you're also going to look for Lenny Jones. Look for him out there for number 56. That's it. He's also pushing at the defensive end spot with Neal. And these two guys are definitely making a push. You definitely might see 56 being part of the practice squad. You might see, Lewis Neal might not make the practice squad, so we might have to keep him. Again, all these things depend on how many spots we have to play with when it comes to injuries and suspensions and other things, whatever else. And then we also have to look at the fact that, is it worth keeping him or is it worth risking it and try to get him on the practice squad? It's really going to be a tight call, guys. It's always going to be like this in the offseason. So,
and then as far as a few of you guys say, we should do a trophy or something. Not sure about a trophy for the winner. Maybe we could do a medal. Might be a little bit easier to ship to wherever, to whomever happens to win.
And the loser is definitely going to get something.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. If that's not a bad idea, we'll definitely do something like that and figure it out. And, of course, maybe we'll, put it up to you guys. We'll have to figure that out, but we'll see. Yeah. Thank you for the suggestions. Sure. Let's see. So, yeah, Matt Stafford, like I said, he can buy a lot of things now.
Yeah. He's the highest quarterback in the NFL, highest paid. That's crazy.
Again, I think it's a little bit ridiculous considering the other quarterbacks that we have in the league right now that are better than him. I mean,
when you make the deal, but yeah, the Lions, like you said, that's why they keep losing.
Exactly. So, if they want to throw that kind of money towards a quarterback like that, and honestly, I kind of understand it just because not having a quarterback is a very scary thought. And, he's not bad. No one's saying he's bad, but I don't know if he should be the highest paid because that should go to the best. And I don't think he's the best.
So let me roll to something else here real quick, guys. I want to talk about a couple more things about practice and then the Zeke stuff, guys, for sure. David Pence. Yeah, I don't know. The most kind of like it's more tomorrow's news, so we're just going to give you a little update on that whole situation. But for sure, wanted to say about today's practice. First off, guys, Orlando Scandrick, number 32, a veteran cornerback. He was used more in blitz packages as far as in a blitz situation. He was used more often in that. It was done today in training camp. I guess you could say it's a good sign for that because I like the blitzing. I personally like the aggressiveness. So keep that in mind. You're going to see a little more in week one and maybe Orlando Scandrick blitzing a little more off the corner like he's going to cover the guy in the slot and then coming in as a blitz. So watch that against Eli. We'll see if that disrupts him. Hopefully they're finding something with Scandrick that can prove helpful when it comes to adding pressure to the quarterback. So we saw that today. Of course, we said Rod Smith was playing first team reps back there. Probably just you're going to work Morris in there, maybe Hillman. But it's really Rod Smith's job to lose. And again, I think he solidified it. He's going to be running back there with basically our backups, but he's running with the first team today in practice. Des Bryant, guys, quick update on him, guys. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but he got injured in practice. Now, don't freak out.
It wasn't anything major.
Yeah, don't freak out. Yeah,
he was definitely a little bit slow after his one-on-one drills. He was just kind of.
He got tangled up and fell down, and they didn't know he got up slowly. A little bit nerve-wracking for that, but
he was returning punts towards the end of practice.
Well, it's separating that. Yeah, later on he came back. Actually, he just rebounded after it took a breather. Yeah. He came right back and competed in team drills, competed in the 11-on-11s, competed in the more one-on-ones.
Looks like he's absolutely fine, but it looks like he did get a little roughed up.
Yeah, and he got roughed up, and he did return some punts. Just added to the fact that he's fine, guys. So again, it was just a momentary scare, just probably a bruise or something like that. No big deal. He just wanted to be cautious, be sure, and he went back right back in. So no worries about that, guys.
And of course, let's get to last but not least, Ezekiel Elliott, of course. So the NFL did deny the request for him to get a more independent, unbiased arbitrator, unfortunately. So that is going to stay the same.
Guys, remember, NFL has all control in this. So expect him to be found. No, expect the appeal to
decision to be upheld.
Yeah,
the suspension
exactly.
To be upheld.
Right. It's not. Expect 0 games to be taken off, guys.
So what that means is obviously it most likely will end up in court. The good news is that the Deflategate representative, or good or bad news, however you want to take that.
Brady.
Yeah, so Charles Robinson, I believe his name is.
That's
he will be helping Ezekiel Elliott during his appeal. He's the same guy who helped Tom Brady during his appeal. So obviously the evidence here, the situation is a little bit different, but... guys, it is looking like it will end up in court, but obviously we'll have to see what happens in tomorrow's hearing. So definitely stay tuned for tomorrow's news. We'll be giving you guys every single detail on that.
I want to make a mention about Zeke and what I've heard as well is that even if, let's say they take away 2 games, Zeke's going to still take it to court. That's what I'm hearing. Let's say they take away 4 games and they keep 2 on suspended. He's still going to take it to court, guys. It's about his name, I think, is what he's fighting for now.
Exactly.
We'll see what happens when it hits the fan and see if he actually backs that up. If it's 2 games, will he really go to court? I mean, I guess he still can. I would if I was him, if I was innocent, so I would. But, again, maybe he was one overhanging the season, the players.
And not just that, but that whole thing of if you get suspended again for the same thing, we can ban you for life from the league. And I know it's crap, but the fact that they can still hold that over his head, I can understand why he wants his name cleared.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. All those things is brand, everything, guys. And again, so the thing is, I based on the fact that this Henderson guy is not getting removed, which we expected, based on the fact that they've kind of already made up their mind, it seems, by not allowing Tiffany Thompson, which is the accuser, of even being brought up in this case, and for the most part, and unless Zeke has new information, like text messages he didn't turn over to the NFL, it's going to make him look bad either way, if that's the case. But I think he needs to do that if that's the case. And why didn't he bring it up is going to be the question beforehand. Now, maybe he didn't want to disclose other things that were connected to that, like some marijuana use, which I think that is proven in this text that he has done. I don't know if they can suspend him for that. I probably not if he pass all his tests. But these are little things that are rolling around in Zeke's head. He's got to really determine. Now, I would say go expose everything you got. If it's going to prove you not guilty, it's going to be new information to the NFL. But again, guys, unfortunately, if he does not bring anything like that up, the suspension's most probably is going to be upheld for 6 games. On top of that, even if he goes to court, guys, I mean, they're going to probably take about 2 days at most to come down with a ruling at latest, at most on this. But they can go up to either September 2nd. They can go up to September 10th, up to the day before our game.
We honestly might not find out until the day before or the day of the game.
But most probably, it's going to be 2 days at most. Maybe even as soon as tomorrow or the next day when the arbitrator reviews everything. Maybe they want to make it look like they did a good job. They're going to take 3 or 4 days and maybe do it at a day of the cuts to help all the teams, kind of look for a, like kind of do it with the cuts so the Cowboys and other teams can plan around that.
So David Pence, thank you so much for joining us. Yes, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like and subscribe down below and hit the little bell next to the notification button so you don't miss any updates on when we go live or post a video.
Yeah, for sure.
Hello, Newman. How you doing today? So let's see. So Rack City. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Zeke doesn't at least maybe file a civil suit against Ms. Thompson after all this is said and done.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately,
honestly,
that's not going to help though with Zeke playing.
It's not going to help with this now. But I think somebody mentioned it earlier that he should. Rody said Zeke needs to sue Tiffany Thompson and Roger Goodell. So I wouldn't be surprised by that at all.
I just kind of keep thinking about it that I don't know. I'm thinking more. Hey, what's up, Lorraine? I'm just looking at some of your comments. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna roll up with a couple things, guys, here real quick. When it comes to the Zeke situation, guys, if everything goes as expected, like we think it's gonna happen with the way that the NFL is kind of handling this, Henderson's probably gonna give him the 6 games and uphold that. Not give it to him, but uphold that situation. And at the same time, aside from that, he's also going to probably, the fact that the NFL has been following technically the bylaws of the CBA, that's where the players kind of gave up all their rights, guys. And this is the thing that sucks the most about it, is that because they gave Goodell all the final ruling on this, kind of like a ruler, a king, a dictator, he can make the ruling whenever he wants, guys. So it's unfortunately unlike the Brady situation, which supposedly the NFL did mishandle, and it gave enough question marks to the judicial system to saying, you know what, we're going to review this, and that's why it was put off for a year. But unfortunately now, with the fact that the NFL is supposedly following every bylaw correctly, when it goes, see, they're not going to say is the suspension unjust, Zeke. That's not what they're looking at. They're going to say that the NFL handled this properly. If the NFL handled it properly, which I've been hearing that they have the right to do everything they've been doing, which is sad. But they're doing it correctly. The judicial court to issue a stay. It's not gonna. The NFL's gonna win, and they're not gonna issue a stay. They're not gonna issue an injunction, which means Zeke will have to immediately then to start going through a 6-game suspension. Guys, what's up? 5 rings. Sorry to be so downer right now. I'm kind of feeling down just talking about this like this. Space Cowboy, what's up again? Rack City, what's up? I know, man. Free Zeke for sure. South of Heaven, what's up? Too bad. I'm sorry you came in late. I was looking at that earlier. You came in late for the fantasy football league. We've been talking about it. It's been at the bottom of the screen for a while. Not anymore because it's done. But yeah, I mean, I agree, man. Zeke is getting screwed, and he's actually, not him, but the Players Association agreed to this in the CBA, which they kind of screwed themselves. This is the most obvious to one of the biggest players like kind of Tom Brady, but they handled it wrong. The NFL. See the way they went around doing that, they actually did. It did require a judicial injunction, and then they ended up saying, "Oh wait, no, NFL looks like they did it right." Will they go this way? Will it be enough mistakes by the NFL that they're going to issue a stay, an injunction to Zeke's suspension? I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I think that it's going to actually be something where they're going to the injunction going to be denied, and Zeke's going to have to start serving his 6 or 4 2-game suspension. But because the way it's looking, that's set up, and the way the NFL has set up these rules, I mean, he has to bring up new information that kind of goes in his favor. And unfortunately, we don't think he has that much more new information. Although, again, we've heard a lot of things too by Zeke. There's this guy, Charles, what's his name again? Charles Robinson, who helped Tom Brady win his appeal, not appeal, but win his injunction.
So
yeah,
he was
exactly.
able to play.
So, we're going to see how that works out, and, just hoping for the best. But tomorrow, guys, if there's a ruling in the afternoon, I'll stop what I'm doing and put on a jersey, or if I already have a jersey on representing the Cowboys, and we'll put one, a go live out there for everyone to hear. So keep your eyes and ears, listen to your phone, hit the notifications if you subscribed. If you haven't, hit subscribe and hit the notification button. Hit the like button too, guys, if you haven't already for this stream. And, definitely keep watching for any new updates, guys. It could happen any moment, these things. It's going to be tomorrow afternoon in New York City. Zeke wasn't there at practice today. He's not going to be at practice tomorrow. Obviously, he's going to be there with a Cowboys representative and with this Charles Robinson who helped Tom Brady. So,
and then Cowboys abroad, Jordan Lewis is still hurt, but he was out there at least receiving punts and doing a few things. He wasn't really out there active on the field. He is a long shot for the game this Thursday on Houston. He most likely will not play, but he should hopefully be ready for week 1. Obviously, the fact that he hasn't been able to practice too much is a little bit concerning. So as far as how much playtime he actually gets is obviously it's not going to be too much, but he should at least be able to, be healthy and be practicing at least for sure the week leading up to week 1. Jordan Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, and again, that's
barring any kind of setback or anything. But as of now, it looks like he is, most likely not playing this Thursday. But at least he looks good to return full time to practice.
There were rumblings. Yeah, there were rumblings of him actually being put on a short-term IR, like the DTR IR. But because of the injury to Hitchens, the situation with Duke Thomas, if he's worth that, which I don't know if he will, he might be picked up on a practice squad. I'm not sure how that works when an injury is in play. But that's going to be the things that we really have to wait and see. And guys, trust me, we're looking at it. There's going to be like a little video we're going to be putting out soon, or live stream just discussing our 53 after this Houston game. Probably over the weekend or something like that. Over the weekend with the draft, maybe Sunday. We're going to put out something, or maybe upcoming week, about the guys we see them keeping. I guess it'll have to be before then. It'll probably be tomorrow or something. And we're going to put out our 53. So actually, scratch all that. Tomorrow we're going to put out our 53. We have everything kind of ready to go. We kind of know who we think is going to make it and not. There's a couple guys on the bubble. Yeah. We want to discuss it with you guys, and also take out the guys that are injured because we haven't done that yet. And then kind of look at the extra spots we have open to keep some of these bubble guys. So we're going to see. It's going to be exciting to see what happens with that. When it comes to, I'm looking over here about our schedule. When it comes to Jordan, I know I'm mad. When it comes to Jordan Lewis, guys, I really am having the most hope for him. Unfortunately, though, I think that we won't see him if anytime soon, I don't see him out. He might just be on the inactive 53. You know, when we have our week 1 game, he'll be on the inactive list most probably. Just can't throw him out there that fast. And we'll have to keep someone like Marquez White, which again he's also rookie, but at least he's been out there playing. I think he missed 1 week, not 1 week, but one preseason game. He's been out there a lot longer, guys.
Yeah.
So I mean. Yeah, I know. I wish. I mean, you might see us, the players, kind of get together and strike one of these seasons before 2014. I think. No, sorry, 2014. I mean, 2024. I'm sorry, I'm going back in time. 2024. We're probably gonna have like, or 2023. We're gonna have like the collective bargaining agreement to become brought back up, and then have to work something new out. But the players don't like this, and it continues this way. They might just strike. You never know.
I agree. So and again, they absolutely have that right, and it's their careers as well. So. Cowboys abroad, in your opinion, should Zeke take the L, serve the suspension, and know he'll be available for the back half of the season playoffs? No, because this goes beyond just this one season. This goes to his whole career, his name, his reputation. It's already been, kind of smeared just having to go through this. For him to take it means that he kind of accepts that, he's saying that he is somehow guilty in some way. And what he's trying to fight back and say is that, no, I'm not guilty. I didn't do this thing that you're saying that I did. And it's not fair that I should be punished for something I didn't do. And here's proof that I have that that what she's saying, is possibly not true, and so, from there, I'm just saying that I completely understand why he's not just going to lay down and say, yeah, I'm just going to accept this and take it. So this is his whole career and reputation on the line.
As well. Yeah, exactly. And again, and that's why I think that when you look at the Zeke situation and everything surrounding it and all the kind of unjust stuff that seems to be going on when it comes to allowing this woman's testimony, the NFL basically just said, we believe her. And even though the evidence proved that he was more innocent, he's innocent and she was lying, they just chose to believe her. Now, you guys, we could all get mad about this, but that is allowed. That is allowed in the NFL. And it sucks because the NFL Players Association made this agreement with the NFL and Roger Goodell after the Ray Rice thing. And this is the worst case scenario of that. And unfortunately, unless Zeke brings something new to the table, it's not going to change this. This probably is not. I'm going to stress it. Probably not change anything in the appeal because he's not going to be allowed to bring anything up with Tiffany Thompson. Now, when the NFL and Zeke have to go to a judge about this, what is the judge going to see? They're going to see, okay, let's see, the NFL break any rules? They didn't. Okay, Zeke's going to say, they didn't let me bring in and show my side. And they're going to say, well, we already investigated this for 11 months or 13 months. Exactly. And we found, and this is what he presented to us at the time, and we chose to go with her side. And then the judge is going to say, well, let me see, is this in the rules of the NFL bylaws? And he's going to look, and he's going to say, yes, it is. And he's going to say, you lost, Mr. Ezekiel. You don't have this. You don't have, Mr. Ezekiel Elliott, you don't have a stay here. You don't have a judicial order or an injunction to stop your suspension from occurring, which then he's going to have to start. He's going to probably have to take these 6 games if they don't reduce it tomorrow or, from tomorrow's appeal, whenever they announce it. We got to hope first for at least, I hope they take 2 games. I probably don't think they will. If they take 4, it'd be fantastic. I still think he should take it to the courts, but then don't expect any stays. We'll miss 2 games. So Giants probably going to luck out not having Zeke this first week, which sucks. Yeah, and I saw somebody, post the first 6 games. I do think that the Zeke situation, along with our defensive issues, meaning suspension with DeMontre Moore, 2 games. Suspension David Irving, 4 games. Suspension looming for Damian Wilson, a lot of games, probably mid-season. Suspension looming for Nolan Carroll, maybe 2 games, 1 game, maybe coming soon, maybe we don't know yet. Injuries to Jordan Lewis, injury to, he's been nicked up, Awuzie and Woods, and Ryan Switzer. So I'm just saying, guys, I'm not saying this is going to affect him in the season, but when you think about Rico Gathers, he's going to be not in the 53 in the sense of he's going to probably be in an injured spot. Same thing with Hitchens. So it's opening up a lot of different things. It's a lot of moving parts, guys. Yeah. And, I do think that once these suspensions are served and these people come back and the injuries are healed, it's going to be by like week 6, after week 7, after our bye week, guys. And that is what we have to – if we can hold it down, those first 4 games, 4, 5, 6 games if needed.
The first 4 games are going to be the most crucial just because that's the time where we're going to be at our weakest. Honestly, we're going to be missing the most players.
Especially on defense, guys. No Jordan Lewis, no David Irving, no DeMontre Moore for 2 weeks, and then he'll be back, and I think that's going to help us a lot.
So after those first 4 weeks, that will be the biggest determination of, if we can get through kind of the worst of it, can we continue to progress now that we're going to have all our major pieces back? So gaming with Kyle, you kind of said, who do we trust more, Kellen or Cooper Rush? Obviously, we trust Cooper Rush more. It'll be good to see him again play in Houston, but he definitely still has a lot to prove. So let's see. So, yeah, and, what mistake? How about them Cowboys? I think the only mistake that Zeke made is that he was young, dumb, and trusted the wrong woman. So, we all make mistakes in life and have those times where we judge character wrong. So, unfortunately, he's paying for this one in a very big way.
But you know what, guys? He's also done this a lot with his with the character issues. You've seen it with Seattle last year at the preseason game, and he was in the marijuana shop, which, again, legal and everything, I understand, but it's a bad look, especially being investigated. He has the boob gate and St. Patrick's Day. He's got the speeding. He's got the maybe fights in the bars and stuff like that. Just a lot of issues in a year and a half in the NFL. Again, guys, he needs to, aside from the domestic allegations, which, again, by the evidence, it looks like it's just an allegation. Yeah. But, again, it sucks that, he still has, I know he was partying the last week. He was partying on a boat, whatever. Not a big deal, again, to a normal person, but to him, it just puts him in a bad light. He's got to learn to just chill out a little bit more, especially when they're watching you. Yeah. Next year, chill and have fun a little more, but be aware who's around you. Be a better judge of character. You got to improve this.
I agree 100%. And, and hopefully, I do agree with you in that sense. How about them Cowboys? That hopefully he does at least mature from this and take the lessons and learn and grow. He can't just keep doing the same old, same old. Yeah. So in Space Cowboy, exactly. So if someone's out trying to slander my name, trying to talk against me and say that I did things that I did not do, I'm going to defend myself. And someone in the Cowboys camp kind of pointed out too, because everyone's saying that it's kind of a predetermined decision that they're just going to, uphold the ban. What kind of rights does Ezekiel Elliott have as a player if the decision's already been decided before he even walks in? That's it. They made up their mind. It doesn't matter what he says or what he does. He has no defense. Yeah. How do you, as a football player, feel walking into that appeal room? The NFL needs to think about more than just this one situation. They need to think broad term. I would not be surprised if, like you said, the players don't possibly strike if things continue to hit, these big major players in such a big major way in these kinds of scenarios. So we'll have to see. Let's see. So Duke Thomas, I know he has a sprain, but does that mean that the Cowboys have officially cut or waived him or something, or is it just because of the injury?
He's not cut. He's not waived or anything. It's just the fact that what are we going to do as far as he was competing for a spot on the 56. Yeah. So, on the 53. So do we? I don't know what the situation is as many spots we have open. Do we keep him on IR if we have enough spots open, and then he's out for the year? It's that sprain is a major. Guys, I don't know. I know anything MCL, ACL is going to be a pain in the butt. It's a sprain and an ankle injury as well. It's not a good sign for him, and it sucks that might not make the team. But again, guys, he was having a great camp. We don't really know his potential, and it's up to. I don't know if we can keep him in the practice squad some way, and have him working back on there, not putting him on IR and letting him slip through. Maybe that's an option. I'm not really sure what the deal is when it comes to injuries like that, though, and payments and settlements and all that kind of stuff. Just we want to get our guys on the field this week, and everybody but Jordan Lewis should be out there as far as the guys we haven't seen yet. Jordan Lewis is probably not going to make it, and again setbacks. But again, Rico gathers with his injury. We don't know what's going on with him. That's going to open another spot on our roster. Right now we only have 3 tight ends technically. We might not even have gathers the whole season, guys. That's discouraging.
Honestly, that's other than Hitchens, and I understand Chaz Green, but I don't want to say we expected Chaz Green to get hurt, but let's be honest, we kind of did.
Chaz Green's going to be offensive tackle, swing help. He's a backup. That's who he's going to be for us.
Yeah, but outside of Hitchens, I think Rico is probably the most painful injury just because of how long and how bad it was. Jordan Lewis really hurt, but it looks like he's going to be back kind of soon. All these other injuries, Duke Thomas hurts, but he wasn't exactly the same level of player as Rico is. So having Rico out possibly for either half the season or the whole season, or honestly, we're not really sure, but if he's on IR, guys, that really hurts.
Unless it's a short-term DTR, IR, and we only have one more spot open because Hitchens is going to be in one of them. So, either way, I don't know. Duke Thomas probably going to lose out on that. If we could keep Gathers on there, I would love that much better. So if we can somehow keep Gathers on, if he's instead of IR out the whole year, if we can keep him on that DTR IR, he would be back, by midseason. And, maybe we will have a good use for him by then. We will definitely, again, all these guys are going to come back slowly trickling back in. Hitchens and Gathers, I hope, Lewis. And then we get to suspend the guys back. Guys, if we go 3-1 in the first 4 games, which I know it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But if we go 2-2 even, that's positive, guys. We can look at that still as a positive. And then when week 4 we get a full healthy, David Irving back. We get, I'm sure some of the injured guys, some of the rookie guys would actually, these 4 weeks would improve them as well, and they would get healthier and better. We hope, barring any injuries, of course. So I think by week 5, I think you're going to see the biggest improvement on our entire team.
Yeah.
And then as we go on and we get Zeke back, assuming he's gone for all 6, we get him back. We get Hitchens back after that. We get someone like Gathers back. I think we're going to be setting ourselves up for a really good – again, the schedule's hard, guys. Don't forget that. Beginning and the middle and the end, it's hard.
Yeah, but Rack City, it's definitely not going to be 2015 either. I mean, that was just like crash and burn the whole way through. We didn't have anyone like Dak.
Guys,
we still have our offensive line is there to protect Dak. He'll be able to do that. I mean,
and open up the running lanes.
Honestly, guys, again, our offense is stacked. That's the biggest problem. Before, we didn't have a quarterback, and our players at offense were just not we're not really at 100% for some reason. So this year, it's completely different. We have Dak leading the team. Our offense is great. Defensively, we're definitely struggling, though.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is this, guys. Again, I want to touch on what Cowboys Abroad said. Yes, it's hard to defend yourself when you're Zeke, when you play, when you have to go to the same idiots that suspended you for the appeal. It makes no sense. So yeah, I agree with him on that. Cooper, I want to talk about the Cooper Rush trading scenarios. They're saying that Cooper Rush might be traded to a team that is lacking at quarterback, like you said, the Broncos, the Jets, let's say, or some of these.
The Browns possibly.
The Browns have Kaiser, so they're not going to probably want him now. They have a guy rookie now. Okay. So the
Jets and the.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that would definitely. 49ers. I mean, they have a lot of guys, a lot of teams out there that definitely could use someone like Cooper Rush to develop. Not maybe back up this year and then next year be a starter. But so the Broncos have a lot of rookies back there too. A lot of young guys. So. We'll see if they can trade. I don't think it's going to happen. It's really getting someone who really wants Cooper Rush that badly. They will give up somebody with decent.
Some value.
What would be? Yeah, we want somebody for value here. So we need like a cornerback, a veteran quarterback that's good. A cornerback, a veteran linebacker, a veteran defensive player, a veteran offensive left guard. So think about that, guys.
And guys, please understand, we're not saying that we think we should trade Cooper Rush. We're saying that it's an option the Cowboys might possibly look at. And again, personally, if you're going to trade anyone, I would say trade Alfred Morris to see what you can get from him. Maybe a linebacker, again, cornerback. Those 2 positions are the 2 positions I think that we have the biggest problems at. So.
We're not going to be. Moore's not going to be traded because nobody wants some guys. They're going to wait for him to cut, maybe. I don't see that happening. As far as I saw somebody else say something here about. Okay, I missed it, I guess, but we'll go back another time. We'll go back and check it and maybe discuss it tomorrow. I don't know. Something. Let me see. If you could look back, I'll look. Go back up a little bit. Oh well, let me see here. Yeah, I mean Tobias. Yep, you heard it here first. It will be you saw those rookies are all going to play except for Jordan Lewis.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. If we trade Rush, Shallow Hell, I think asked. If we trade Rush, who's the backup? I mean, that's the thing. We probably we'd have to keep Kellen Moore as our backup. Now, here's what I'm saying about Cooper Rush. I just want to make a quick mention about one last thing with him. Cooper Rush is a year younger than Dak when it comes to his experience in the NFL. We're gonna have 2 young guys, an unproven backup for this, in a real live game, as our backup to our also, very mature but rookie. But I'm trying to say,
relatively young.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to? I mean, how are we gonna develop Cooper Rush? So maybe we want another team to develop him outside of our division. And maybe in the AFC and pick up something for that. This is just an option, so something to talk about, guys. Just something to mull over and think about. But think about that. I mean, how will we ever really have a proven backup if we always have Cooper Rush, who will never really play unless Dak gets hurt, which we'll never want to see.
Exactly. So and then Kurt McKelvey, good news, Switzer will be playing, barring any kind of setback. He will be playing against Houston this week. Yeah, he was in practice today, returning punts, playing as first
a slot wide receiver on the starting team, which had Cooper Rush and Rod Smith. So they're going to be those guys will be starting that whole crew. Rod Smith, Switzer, and Cooper Rush will be probably starting the game against Houston. And you won't see, of course, you won't see Zeke, you won't see Dak, you won't see Witten, you're not going to see any of those guys. Exactly. You see Swain will be starting,
but you'll definitely see Switzer, so that's a good news. And then So we should keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster like normal teams. Alfred Morris will get your 6th or 7th round.
Right. And
never say never. NFL is desperate for quarterbacks.
Yes, you're right about that. And again, we won't get much. Again, with Alfred Morris, I do think there's a lot of teams, probably more of an immediate need for a running back depth, like Kansas City, like a couple other teams out there. If you look through their roster, you see they need a little more something in there. And Morris is never going to start with us, guys. It's going to be tough to get him out there. They try to use him, actually. I saw something they were using him out of the backfield a lot, kind of like a Lance Dunbar kind of role. And guys, it didn't work. It did not work. I know he did well. Aside from that, he actually ran pretty nicely. That's my point, though. We have that already with McFadden. We have that with Rod Smith, guys. It's gonna be something like we might trade Morris when Zeke's about to come back, and get like an offensive line depth, get some linebacker depth, get a cornerback. Some kind of maybe older veteran cornerback. I don't know, guys. It's going to be something. We have to see what the 53 cut comes, see what happens there, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of moving parts. A lot of things we're talking about now and the experts are talking about, it's not going to even be predicted. It's going to be somebody out of left field probably going to happen as we get closer to the 53 and onto the first game and so on. So we have to really see what happens, what develops with injuries and all these things. You know, it's a lot of stuff going on, guys.
Yeah, so. And even now, guys, we are going to start to wrap it up. That's pretty much all the news for today. But I did just see a quick update now. Dak, again, you know, Jason Witten was right about that comment that he just is throwing it so accurately. I saw real quick just him throw out a pass to Ryan Switzer, who did make the catch, but Awuzie actually had great coverage. It was just one of the, like, literally just by inches. Dak got it perfectly. Switzer caught it perfectly, but Awuzie was right there. So all the way around, it was just great football, and so it was really great to see.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that Awuzie is looking fantastic today. Yeah, he hasn't been there for a while, guys. Now he's back. He's playing full pads. He's with the starting dime package. Guys, it's a good sign. As long as no setbacks with him, no setbacks with Switzer, and it's so far so good, guys. We only got, what, Tuesday, Wednesday? So that's 2 days to go. If they stay healthy for 2 days, we'll see them out there against Houston. Hopefully they can stay healthy there, get a little playing time behind them, a little bit of confidence, and a little bit of, forgetting about these stupid injuries that keep hampering our team. So, again, guys, it'll be nice to see, Switzer out there, Chidobe Awuzie out there, and Xavier Woods out there. You're going to see all 3 of them out there, guys, barring any injuries or setbacks. Jordan Lewis, it's like a 2% chance we'll see him out there, so he's not going to be out there, guys. Kind of set that in your mind. Rico Gathers will not be out there. We haven't heard Tapper's been back to practice, so he had a neck injury last week. He didn't play this game. Maybe we'll see him out there. I'm not really sure because he's like a backup, so you probably see Taco starting. You'll see someone like him out there. You'll see Cedric Thornton out there, technically a backup, even though he started today. Stephen Paya was out, so just precautionary. Stephen Paya is the starter, guys, guaranteed. But Cedric Thornton will be out there starting. I'm just trying to think of some of the backups. Wilbur will be out there probably starting. Sean Lee will be out. You'll see probably Jalen Smith a little bit out there. Trying to go through all the spots. But, yeah, I mean, Damian Wilson might be out there a little bit too, but Marcus Nasacha is going to be running a lot of it with other guys that are not going to probably make the team in the 40s. The numbers, when they run to the 40s, that's when, they're not going to make the team probably. So, and then you look at our defensive backfield. We discussed them, and, it's going to be a lot of really, these guys, this game on Thursday is really for 10 spots, basically, to solidify 10 spots at the bottom of our roster. So if you really love football, watch the game because you're going to see a lot of guys fighting the tooth and nail to secure these last open spots, possible spots. Tomorrow, we're going to really try hard tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Wednesday, to do a video, guys, of the 53-man prediction for us, what we think is going to be the 53-man roster. So of course, just in general, who we think is going to make the roster, who are the guys who are still kind of on the bubble, who we think might end up in practice squad, and who do we think is gone. And actually, I'm going to rephrase that. Actually, we're going to do it on Friday because Saturday's a cut down day. We're going to be able to see what they do at Houston. I mean, at Houston, it's going to be in Dallas. They moved it, as you guys heard from the beginning of the stream. They moved the game from Houston to Dallas. So it's supposed to be Dallas at Houston. It's going to be Dallas at Houston in Dallas. It's kind of weird. But it's a Houston home game. Technically it's going to be, after that, we'll see what Cooper Rush does. We'll see what Kellen Moore does if he does enough that we think he's going to make the team. And then we'll see all the depth that we have to make those final determinations on those last 5 or 10 spots and the spots that are also eligible because of our injury suspensions, etc. So, we'll know a lot more after the Zeke thing too tomorrow, and so this is going to really build to Friday. Let's say Friday we're really going to know a lot more what's going to happen with our 53, and that's when we'll put out the video on the live stream with you guys and discuss that. It'll be an interesting Friday night for sure, and we're looking forward to that as well. We will be wrapping this up in a minute or two. If you haven't yet, guys, if you haven't done so, make sure you guys hit the like button. Yep, and subscribe.
And hit the little bell down below as well so you don't miss any notifications on when we go live or post a video. And then I see a few of you guys. Yeah, how about them Cowboys? Sorry, Beasley's not going anywhere. Absolutely not.
Beasley, what did he say?
He's saying if the price is right, would they trade him?
I know he's saying about Switzer.
Hey,
let's not jump the gun, guys, yet with Switzer. We still got to see him out there. I'm not saying he looks like he's going to be fantastic. He's going to be Beasley Jr. out there or past Beasley. Kind of like a Noah Brown kind of deal.
It's
baby,
way too soon to
it's like baby Dez, Noah Brown, and you got baby Bees, you know. But they're both going to stay on the team this year. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, guys, no, we're looking forward to seeing the Sauce brothers for quite a while, guys. So
at least for another year or two.
And then as far as fans who bought tickets to the game, it looks like the Dallas Cowboys are, doing their best to get the website working and getting everybody tickets and rearranging all that kind of stuff. But it is going to be a little bit crazy, obviously, since they do have such a short amount of time. And obviously this was a little unexpected, but they are doing their best to try and accommodate everything and get things going as smooth as possible. So guys, a big shout out to all the Cowboy staff and everyone who's doing all of that stuff and helping out in the face of obviously Hurricane Harvey. We wish everyone out there the best. And guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here.
Yeah, we've been on for about an hour, 10 minutes, guys.
So thank you so much for joining us tonight, every single one of you guys. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow, letting you guys know all the updates, especially on Ezekiel Elliott. Definitely keep your eyes open. We might be doing a quicker update video, maybe earlier in the day if any news comes out. So definitely keep your eyes posted, guys. Thank you so much for watching again.
Kirk, what's up? Everybody, a big shout out to everybody out there. Space Cowboy, thank you for joining us. I know you're a newer subscriber. We appreciate you out here. You seem to know your stuff as well. A lot of you guys know your stuff. Rack City, Gaming with Kyle, thank you. How about them Cowboys? We'll check out his site. Kurt, we love you too. Keep watching. We'll be here every day. And again, I think we've actually put out a lot of different kind of videos aside from Madden stuff, which we'll put a little bit of that too. We might be, doing other reaction games as well. Meaning, like in the regular season, an important game for the Cowboys, like a Giants-Eagles matchup, or maybe the opening game. We're gonna probably do something like that this year. So you can watch with us in that case too, and hear our thoughts about the other teams out there. So we're definitely gonna keep up with a lot of different new things every week. We're gonna also put out a certain day. We're gonna have like a compilation of that weekend's reactions to the game, and maybe even put down what's going on in the game at that time and what caused that horrible reaction, or hopefully great reaction after week one. So we'll see what happens with that. We're working on a lot of different things and a lot of ideas. Again, if you guys want to help us out, man, we appreciate it. It'd be huge for us if you guys can help us out. There's a Patreon account at the bottom here rolling, and in our description. You can click that, help us out if you like, guys, and we appreciate every little thing you can do.
Yeah, every single donation goes to trying to improve the quality of the streams, and we do this for free, guys. But we love doing this.
It's our passion.
Guys. Yeah, so thank you guys for everything. So, again, as always, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are going to go ahead and wrap it up here.
Thank you, guys.
Yep, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And as always...
Well, wait.
Oh, wait, no.
First, keep in mind, tomorrow the Zeke thing. Keep on the lookout for that, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Zeke, tomorrow, the appeal, the process. Maybe we get a decision tomorrow. If it does come out before the evening, you'll hear from us on a live midday stream or whatever, a quick one. But it will be done, no matter what. And so keep an eye out for that. That's the big news for tomorrow. And outside of that,
that's right.
One last thing, as usual and as always.
Yeah.
What is it?
Go Cowboys! All right, guys.
Appearance.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.
Go Cowboys.